my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put my foot in your ass. See, I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Coming to you from the Edge Podcast Studios at South Mountain, Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to the Edge Podcast with Mike G.
I love it when we had newbies in the studio. Love you, bro. Just saying. Welcome to the Edge Podcast. My name is Mike G, and we are live here at the Edge Podcast Studios, and I've got some amazing people in studio today, and I want to introduce you to them. Let's start off with Jilda Yancey, and Jilda is a PR manager and talent scout for Miss Girls, and you can find a lot of her work and her girls at officialmissgirls.com. Say hello to Miss Jilda Yancey. Hello.
Oh.
We're on video, girl.
Yeah. Hi. I'm all looking at you.
So welcome, and great to have you back. Yeah,
Good to be back.
We had a great time the last time you were here.
It was fun last
yeah.
time. I'm glad to be back here. I was excited.
All right. Well, I'm excited. So, and our next Miss Girl is going to be Sammie Lynn, Miss Sammie Lynn, and she's a Miss Girl also. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about what it is to be inked in this industry. And finally, we have Kenny Fajardo, who is from Fifth Street Tattoo, and he is located on Fifth Street and Roosevelt in Misconstrued Boutique. And Kenny's an awesome artist, not just an artist, a tattoo artist. He does a lot of cool stuff. And there's somebody named Christine Meck, I think we're going to talk about tonight. and we have such a great conversation. But welcome, all of you, to the Edge Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So great to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited. So today's podcast is called Inked. And the reason that we call it that is because we're going to dive into what it is to be a model, and not just a model, but specifically a model that's got tattoos. And we've got the tattoo artist here to talk about what it's like to be someone who works on these ladies. And we're going to get to know you pretty well, I think, over the next hour and a half. So we're going to start with you, Jilda. So, look, how did you get involved in modeling? Like, where did you start and why?
Well, it happened back in the day. No. It was about maybe 10 years ago, probably over 10 years ago. I just keep saying 10 years because that's what I know I left off at, but it's probably been much longer. It actually started with my really good childhood friend. She needed to get some pictures for just a photography class, and I was her muse, just to play around. And after seeing, after doing it, like just going through different wardrobe changes and getting together and just snapping and having fun, I was like, oh my god, I like this. This is kind of fun.
Cool,
I think I'm gonna do this again. So I just started doing some research to see, what models do. How do models get in, the door? How do you become a model?
Right.
And growing up, I was always into like acting and modeling and just whatever is in front of a camera already, but I just started researching and just seeing what it is that I needed to do. And so I just started finding really, really good photographers and paying them to take pictures of me so I can start building a portfolio, and built my portfolio. And then people started seeing my pictures and were like, oh my God, you have something. And I was like, oh, okay.
Very beautiful. And, and you've got a great look.
Thank you.
What's your nationality, if you don't mind me asking?
I should make you guess.
I know. All right.
Nobody
Persian.
ever guessed.
No. Puerto Rican.
Oh.
I remember that from last time.
Cheater.
I'm a cheater.
I'm half black, half Puerto Rican.
All right. Well, that's cool. I'm half Mexican and half everything else.
There you go.
So you could have said anything, and I'd have been like, yeah, probably.
I'm a mutt.
Yeah, me too. So, So, how to get into the industry is one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, and you have to lay out some money.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yes.
Is it expensive? Is this something that you can, anybody could afford, or really?
Honestly, yes. But you have to just remember that, you get what you pay for. That's what I tell myself every time. You get what you pay for. Sure, you can go a really cheap route, with a really cheap photographer, or collab with people who are, gonna charge you or trade you work, but you really have to take a look and see what you're getting out of that. As a beginner, I tell models, do a lot of trade work. Some photographers may not be that great, but you need to get used to working with different photographers, because every photographer is different too. Some of them are crazy shots. They'll take 100 shots and boom, you're done. A bunch of other ones will take one shot, look at the shot, another shot, look at the shot. So you have to like literally work at their pace sometimes,
Right,
which is kind of annoying sometimes. But yeah, so I mean, it takes a lot of money. I recommend, you know, working with everybody, you know, when you're starting out, but plan on forking out some cash. You know, you need to pay. If you want the perfect shot, then you need to have the perfect hair, the perfect makeup, the perfect wardrobe, the perfect photographer. Like, if you really want good quality work, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, and did you get into modeling before you got into tattoos or after?
They happened at the same time.
Did they?
Actually.
Okay.
I think I already had a tattoo.
How did that happen?
At first it was just, you know, the tattoo was more of, I just wanted a tattoo, and I think what really pushed me to getting that tattoo was my mom was telling me that she didn't want me to have a tattoo and that I couldn't have a tattoo.
Thanks, Mom.
So I was like, I'm gonna go get a tattoo. So I got a nice big one on my back for her that she loved, and I, you know, just looking for tattoo ideas, I started running into tattoo models, and I'm like, oh, this girl's gorgeous. Oh, look at all her tattoos. Oh, this girl's gorgeous. Oh, look at all the tattoos. Right. It was funny because there's this one model, Brittany Murphy, and
really,
yeah, not Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy.
Not Murphy. It was very close to Murphy, and that's why no, it is Brittany Murphy. I think her name's Brittany Murphy, but she's a tattooed model, and she's gorgeous, and she's actually the one that I saw for the first time, and I was like, I want to be a tattooed model.
There you go.
She's
okay.
hot.
Well, tattoos are hot too, and,
yes.
and quite honestly, it's been a subculture or like a cross culture for such a long time, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people have an idea that, you know, tattooed people used to be like those bikers, right? They were the tough people, they were gangbangers or whatever. I'm from Southern California, so I saw a lot of that. But you know, when I first got my tattoo, it was just on a drunk night. I just graduated from boot camp. I was in the Navy, and I went down to Chicago, and I found this little hole in the wall. It seemed like we had to crawl through this little hole. Anyway, this guy was big old beard. He looked like a biker. He had the leather, right? Just seriously, he could have stepped out of, like, you know, Sons of Anarchy or something. And he pulls out this rig and he does this tattoo on me. So I want to take a look at some of your tattoos for just a second. We're going to get a better look at them when we pull up the website for you. But you just got, well, no, I mean, because we actually can. Yeah. We can't zoom in on you, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. But they're beautiful. So tell us
Thank you.
a little bit about the first one you got. You said was your arm.
Well, this one came first.
Okay.
This is my Nightmare Before Christmas sleeve that actually we need to go through. It's been about 3 years now since I've had this one, you know, obviously in pieces. I love Nightmare Before Christmas, so well, that kind of explains that. I kind of tweaked it a little bit to be more, you know, catered to me, my lifestyle, characters, you know, what they're doing and whatnot. My chest piece, I got this actually on my 22nd birthday, because I woke up on my 22nd birthday and said, I'm going to get a chest tattoo. And I did it. Yeah. It hurt.
That one hurt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. It's bad. I didn't even let him like finish it all the way, because I was just like, I can't.
That's enough.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
I have my my little sunset over here that I did. This was after actually my first boyfriend at the time passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Oh no, so sorry.
So he, you know.
What was his name? We'll memorialize
his name
him.
was Jeff Ogle.
Jeff Ogle.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a very good person.
Yeah.
So he unfortunately left us way early.
Yeah.
And then I have a tattoo on my back. I'm on the back of my neck, and then I have this one that's actually in the works right now with my artist Nate Powers, who is amazing. I finally tattooed my hand, so I'm just like so excited about that, because like I remember that's the one thing my mom's like, don't tattoo your face, don't tattoo your hands, don't tattoo anywhere it's visible. I'm like, thanks, Mom. I'm gonna tattoo my hands. I'm gonna get visible. I won't touch my face though.
Do the neck and
the neck will yes, that will.
That'll
happen.
be the next one, and so that's awesome. So I asked you a question early on, and how long had you been doing this? And we're going to get to that in a little bit. But first, I want to jump over to Sammie and ask her some questions. All right?
Yeah.
Sammie.
Hello.
How are you, girl?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. So, same question. You know, when did you get started in modeling? How did you get started? And then we'll move on from there.
Okay. Well, mine, I want to say I started late because I'm now 31. And
You're 31?
Yeah.
Wow, you wear it well.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm 31. Look at me. I'm no, I'm kidding.
You look great.
Yeah, right.
For an 80-year-old, you look really good.
Yeah, basically, I have 3 kids, and my last child, I got into like this depressed type mode, and I wanted to change, and I didn't know where to go or anything like that. So I turned to YouTube, and I Googled, makeup tutorials, hairstyles, and all that type of stuff. Well, Cherry Dollface came up, and
Dollface.
Yeah.
Another model.
Yeah, she's another model.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love her. She basically goes over and shows how you do makeup styles for pinup and everything. So that's how I got into pinup modeling.
Oh, okay.
So basically, before I even got into the modeling, I was just doing and mastering the hairstyles and the makeup, and it was a lot of fun. And my now husband, he started noticing like I was more confident in myself again, and he was like, I like this. He's like, you need to keep doing it. So then he was in film school.
Oh, cool.
And I started basically like Jilda, going around and seeing what I could do of how to get into modeling. I went on websites, I went internet, anything to find like photographers. And back then, when I was the only one, didn't know what I was doing, and Cherry Dollface again, she would throw out these names of photographers, so I'd look them up. And again, it's expensive, but even with wardrobe, like you have to establish like a wardrobe to even like you don't go into a shoot that you're just starting out and then they just give you like clothes. It's very seldom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That's
started,
a good deal if you did get that though, right? Like if they're going to pay you and give you clothes.
Oh yeah.
I would be a model.
Right.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, then I never went on any of my shoots by myself. I always had him go with me.
Right.
I just out of safety.
Yeah.
And I started, the more shoots that I did, the more confident, even more confident I got. And you don't realize like the posing and everything, it's hard. It's hard. Like you have
like
to,
yoga.
It is.
Yes.
like
On
yoga.
heels.
Yeah. You have to remember like your face, your hands, like
Suck it in.
yeah. And sometimes like, well, obviously when you're first starting out, you don't realize all that stuff, and then when you look at photos, they're like, "Oh, I should have not, made that claw hand or something like."
Claw hand. That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
It is. Yeah. So I'm trying to like be normal, but my hands don't.
It's like
What do I do with my
Barbie.
hands?
Dude, who?
Like Barbie doll.
What do I do with my hands?
It's true. It's so true.
That is so true.
So true. And you're like Barbie, so then you're all like
Yeah.
looking all funky. And then your face, you got to
That's
make
funny.
sure you're like not.
You're not scowling.
Yeah.
or,
No.
Yeah.
You know.
Or anything.
Right.
But I've-
Drooping. Dripping. Make sure you're not drooping.
I've only been doing
smart.
it for 4 years, almost 5 years. So
Still, that's a career. You know.
I
That's quite a while.
definitely enjoy it. It's definitely a part of me now. I mean, now my husband, he transferred from film into the photography field. So he, because he went on my shoots, he kind of self-taught himself.
Oh, cool.
And we practiced a lot to help each other.
Is he starting a studio?
He
We probably should have had a photographer come in with us, right?
He's amazing. She has.
Yeah, he's really
a
good.
very
Why don't you give him a
good
call and have him
photographer.
come on down? No, I'm kidding.
right.
It's too late for that. We've already started rolling.
I know.
We'd have loved to have him though. Yeah, I'd have been
Next
okay
time.
with it. Yeah,
Next
next
time.
time. So so a lot of the work that you do, it sounds to me like there's some outlay out of pocket, and then there's some safety concerns. Now, one of the things that I think that's interesting about tattooed ink model or models, you say it, inked models, is that you guys are really starting to get a lot of coverage in the media.
It's huge now.
Yeah, it's getting
Before it was
bigger.
kind of like I'm not so sure, but there's an inked magazine out there. Heather Moss has been in a couple of
Yeah. Oh,
magazines,
Yeah.
a dozen thousand magazines, and we all
magazine.
aspire
I know.
to be. I aspire to be Bobby, but women aspire to be Heather. at some point.
Of course.
And
She's amazing.
she is. She's an incredible human being, and that's one of the things that I like about the women who model that are inked models, because you really are down to earth. I mean, like, what do you like to do in regular time, like, you know, when you're not modeling?
Geez. Well, like I said, I have 3 kids, a husband, and on really our downtime, I'm a homebody. Like, we watch Star Trek.
I love you. Thank you.
For real. Like, we
Big Bang
watch.
Theory.
No, I'm not into that.
Oh,
We don't do like
you have to
like
leave now.
now.
It's too bad. You have to
Sorry.
go. Bye.
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm kidding.
No, we watch like on Netflix the Star Trek episodes. My kids are like, we're nerds.
Yeah.
So
All right. Do you play video games?
oh yeah.
Do you?
And
What do you
I'm
play?
very competitive, and it sucks because my kids will come over to ask me for help. And I'll be there for like 3 hours later, still playing, and they're like, "Mom, I want my video game back."
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
I paid for it. it's kind of your video game. Anyway,
Right?
that's cool. So, and when did you start getting tattoos? I mean, did you
jeez.
do that before or after you got into
Yeah,
modeling?
I did it before. I started when I was 17.
Oh, okay.
My mom, she was okay. She actually signed off
Oh, wow.
on my first one because I was 17. You needed a parent
Right,
approval.
Right.
So she was okay. And then I started getting more and more and more and more. My mom actually has like 7.
Oh, cool.
And then my dad has, I think, like 5 of them.
Nice.
And we were actually just talking today about him. Do you like this one? Do you like this one? What do you about this one?
Right.
So we're a tattooed
Critiquing
family.
each other's
Yeah.
tattoos. That's
Yeah.
cool. The people that ink together, drink together. I don't know.
Yeah, no, something like
stay
that.
together.
Something like that.
Because the people that pray together stay together, and the
Yeah.
people that ink together stink together, or think. I forget what that is.
Makes sense.
I don't know how that works. Let's move on over to Kenny, I guess. So Kenny, so you're a tattoo artist,
I
and how long have you been doing tattooing? Like, when did you become an artist? Actually, let's ask that question.
Artist, I've been an artist my whole life. I didn't get into tattooing until later in life,
Yeah.
simply because I come from a family that wasn't born here. I mean, I was born in Honduras.
Okay.
We always thought coming into the country it
Some
was
of
either
the
going to be
best
schooling
weed on the planet.
or military.
Is it on
That was
Honduras?
it.
Yeah.
So I had those 2 options. So
That's-
unfortunately, I couldn't pursue my art,
Yeah.
you know, that I wanted to back when I wanted to,
Mhm.
essentially right out of high school. So for that reason, I've only started tattooing for it's been 2 years.
Okay.
A solid 2 years.
Yeah, but you got some great work, man.
Thank you.
I've seen
Thank
some of
you.
your, well, a lot of the stuff. When I walked into your shop the
Yeah.
other day, and I was just wowed by what you were doing, like working. And then you posted it on Facebook that same day, and I was like, holy shit, that's
Oh,
what you
the
were
one that I
working-
was drawing
yeah,
that day,
that's the one
yeah.
you were working
Yeah.
on. I was like, oh my god, dude, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then who have you tattooed? I mean, anybody of note, like a Jilda Yancey or maybe a Miss Sammie?
Jilda's on her
Sammie.
way. We're designing hers currently.
Yeah.
But I mean I've tattooed Rihanna, some of the other like Miss Girls as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody like a big name. I don't think so.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
guess
no,
what?
It'll get there.
yeah.
It'll
We're
get
gonna
there.
make you famous.
It'll get there.
I'll make you famous.
He needs to be.
Once they realize what amazing
Mm-hmm.
artist Kenny is, everyone will start, like, he'll get booked super quick. I mean, he's
Absolutely.
already super booked, but people need to, they haven't seen him yet.
And
Yeah.
and when I want to make sure that they get access to you. So, what's your email address?
The shop one is still getting finished. I'm working on my website right now
Okay.
just to get it finalized. But my personal one is kennyloveinc@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then honestly, email is the best way to get a hold of me, simply because like phone, I'm always with the client,
Yep.
or I'm drawing and I won't answer.
I wouldn't put out your phone number anyway because
Or even like the shop number, like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I won't answer it. It
anymore.
won't, it won't get to
I'm
it.
not so sure about our viewership. We're still working on who they are. Anyway, no, but so it's Kenny Love Inc.
Yeah.
and at gmail.com.
At Gmail. Yeah. Until
Awesome. We'll make sure we'll put that on the screen.
Awesome. Thanks.
And so you're actually working on the next, I guess, the nexus or the next level of tattooing and like I'm worried, or I'm not worried, I'm wondering you're going to come over and tattoo me right now.
Right.
I'm wondering, no, like what really has me wondering things like, how much time does it take away from your family? I mean, don't you?
No, a bunch.
Like, does it?
Yeah. I mean, literally every day that I come home, if I'm not done with clients or I have a full day booked of tattooing,
Yeah.
I have to go home and get ready the designs for the next day or the following week, depending on what it is. I mean, sometimes, it's a small little 2 or 3 hour piece. Sometimes it's a 4 to 6 hour piece. Sometimes it's something that's going to take, a week to finish out completely.
A week.
Yeah.
It's true.
A week.
Yeah.
He said this is going to take a week.
Yeah, because you have to go back and forth
Yeah.
with drawing. They
Yeah.
got to like it. If they don't like it, you got to tweak it.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
meant tattooing for an entire week, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
jeez.
could
The
not
skin wouldn't even be able to
imagine.
take that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
think 2 days. 2 days
9
is usually the
hours.
max.
I want to
Fit
get a
for me.
I want to
Yeah.
get a tattoo
2 days
of
is usually the
myself,
max.
only bigger.
On your back.
Just kidding.
I've seen people do that.
Oh yeah.
So weird.
What's Steve-O? Steve-O's definitely
Steve-O
the big
did it.
one.
Yeah.
Steve-O did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah, but he's not a model.
No.
He tries.
He's
He
barely.
tries.
He's kind of a comedian. He's actually pretty funny. Shout out to Steve-O. And
Steve-O.
and he's been clean and sober for 3 or 5 years or something like that.
Yeah. Which is
Way to
awesome.
go, man. Not me. So anyway, so let's move back to Jilda. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about the industry now, what it's really like, because a lot of people have the idea that it's just all glamour and it's just so easy and everything else. And I'm sure you get a lot of women that walk up to you and ask you, how do I become a Miss Girl? How do I get into modeling? So tell us a little about the real deal behind modeling.
Man. A lot of people do understand, and a lot of people don't understand. So what a lot of people do understand, and I think it's mostly models like Sammie would understand, is that what you see on Facebook is what we want you to see.
Yeah.
Everything, no matter what, whether
Yeah.
you're a model, whether you're not a model, a tattoo artist, anything. Like
Yeah.
people see what I show you.
You mean
and
you really don't live on a gorgeous beach somewhere?
No,
with-
I'm actually on a yacht.
Perfect.
And,
I wish. I wish. And
know,
lots of
right?
money.
Yes.
lots of money everywhere.
Everywhere.
No, I definitely try to be as real as possible. I try to show exactly, who I am and what I am doing, but you're only seeing those pictures, those
Just a
snippets
moment.
of what's happening right then and there.
Right.
But you don't know everything else that's happening in between, like all the hours and all the working that I have to put in, the jobs I've worked before. Just recently, just this last June, I was actually working a full-time job at
Right.
a bank. I worked
Yeah.
at USAA for a while, and then I worked for Bank of America for a while, call centers. So I was trying to work, this 9-to-5 job while trying to book photo shoots or do gigs, and half them I couldn't make. I couldn't make a lot of them because I couldn't get off work. Money or a shoot, I
Yeah.
had to make a decision. So it's
Right.
not easy. And I get a lot of emails, a lot of girls contacting me just, what do I need to do to get my foot in the door? And what upsets me is the first few times I would answer, and I'm like, here's the thing. You need to find a photographer that you like. You need to pay them. You need to, and I'll help them out.
Yeah.
No response. After that, there's nothing. You don't get anything
Yeah.
from any of them. And I'm like, I'm sorry if you're looking for how to get your foot in the door, but I'm not the person to ask. I'm not answering those
Yep.
questions anymore.
Well,
because
today you are. Today you're the
Today I'm
person.
technically, yeah. So if you want to
I'm gonna
know,
save
listen to
you
this.
so much time. Right? You're gonna be like, listen, you need to go to the edgepodcast.com
Yes.
and watch my
I know.
Inked.
And
It's
that is
called
how you do
Inked. Yeah, because that'll answer the question. I mean, really, people just don't get how hard. Do you follow Gary Vaynerchuk? Do you ever follow any of his stuff? I think I mentioned him to you before. Well, I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
Gary Vaynerchuk. Ask Gary V. He's one of my favorite guys. In fact, if you talk to Chris Wood at all, he's a big fan of Gary. And Gary says this all the time. He says, there is no such thing as success without hard work. Forget
Period.
it.
Yeah.
You have some guy telling you that it's easy money and he's doing this thing, hey, make it rain. He's like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
He rented the plane for an hour. He rented the limo for an hour and parked it in front of the plane, and he's claiming that he's got bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like, it takes years,
Oh, yeah.
literally years, to become this good. And I believe that. And so I applaud you for the hard work that you do.
Thank
And I'm
you.
glad, because you're always out there hustling.
Trying.
Anybody who follows you, they know, right? You're working it and up early every morning and doing what you need to do to make it happen.
Oh, yeah,
So,
it's quite tired.
and yeah, that's right. But it's only until you die. So
Yeah. A little bit longer.
Yeah. You only live once.
thank God for cannabis, man. Life is so much better with it. So 420 friendly.
Takes off the edge.
It does, man. Gets rid of the pain and makes me a little less aggravated. So,
Yeah.
so that's the real deal. That's really how you get into modeling. And then some of the stuff that people don't know, it's hours and hours and hours on a shoot. It's people that maybe antagonize you a little bit, or
Well, you get put into different situations. Like sometimes you'll be in situations where, say, if you're doing a location when it's what's called a location shoot, where you go out and you take pictures out in the public, where you don't necessarily get exclusive sections where people don't come. You will sometimes have an audience, and depending on what you're doing and how comfortable you are in your own skin, which is another thing. If you're not comfortable in your skin, maybe you shouldn't be a model. And that's not me being mean. That's thing is about modeling is that you're showing something, whether you're showing your body, whether you're showing your hair, your makeup, your wardrobe, whatever it is you're showing, you need to be confident in showing that. So if you're too scared to do that, then
I'm never going to be a
build
model.
up that confidence. But you'll be put in different situations. I've been put in situations where I'll have cars driving by constantly honking and whistling, and I'm just like, oh, now I'm just like, whatever, I don't hear it. And then you have your situations where
She's
you're
an old pro, guys. She just doesn't care
many
anymore.
years now. My longest shoot, I think, was 8 hours.
Wow.
And it was because there was two other models there, so it was a lot of switching around and like changing and wardrobe changes and hair changes and makeup changes. But I was so done after 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home. My body hurts.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is, it is like yoga. Literally, you have to hold a pose. And the trick is, if it's uncomfortable, then you're doing it right.
Oh, that's the trick?
So get nice and uncomfortable.
Wow.
Yes.
You'll be hurting the next day, but
I
see the
I
picture.
do yoga.
yeah.
I do yoga from time to time. Downward dog, upward dog, all those dogs. I do sideways dogs. Anyway, so the funny thing is that, man, I can't hold those poses very long.
hard.
Like warrior pose is the worst one for me, because it's like, especially advanced warrior poses.
You do it more.
I do
Yeah.
need to do it more.
Practice makes perfect.
Stop it.
She's a mom, can't you tell?
Yes.
She is a mom. It's not just a beautiful model, you're a mom. Well, let me ask you this. What's it like on the shoot for you? I mean, have you had a lot of opportunities to get on location shoots, or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, I've experienced like Jilda where she can't go because of a job. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm very happy to be able to do that.
I want to applaud you right now. That's like the hardest job in the world, being a
Some
stay-at-home
people will
mom.
differ.
Yeah.
Some people would make that a differ. But me, I've had to turn away shoots because I don't want to say my kids are a burden, but I just can't find a babysitter, or I usually do it on the weekends. And it's just, I have, boundaries where I can't do it during the week, or if I do, then I have to bring my youngest with me, and they have to be okay with that, because there's a lot of weirdos that do photography, and those kind you have to be like skeptic, because you're like, why is that not okay? Why can't I bring somebody? Why can't I bring my kid? It's just something that they need to accept, and if they don't, then sorry, I'm not going to shoot with you.
There's a line, because some girls bring their boyfriends, and that does cause a problem, because the girl will become uncomfortable because her boyfriend's seeing her, do something, and she's like, oh, and the photographer can tell, and you can tell.
Yes.
So, I mean, some photographers, I'm going to back you up, photographers, you better love me.
Yeah.
Some of them,
It's true.
it's very true, where they're like, no chaperones or any of that, because they're distracting. And,
Yes.
we're working here for serious, but, a lot of times when you're going, if you're bringing, like, a fellow model, or if you have to bring your kids or something that's not going to necessarily distract you in a way that you can't perform your job, then if they're saying no to that, that's definitely
There's a
creepy.
question,
You do have to watch out, because there's a lot of people out there with a camera who is a photographer.
Hey, I got a camera, but I am no photographer. I bought it for my daughter, and she is a photographer. She's actually pretty good. So what's the weirdest thing that ever happened on a shoot?
Oh, jeez.
Tell me, Sammie, jump on in.
Yeah, I've had, I want to say it was like my 5th shoot that I did. It was still new into it, and I was taken to an abandoned house, and thank God.
Creepy already.
Yeah,
I'm worried. I'm worried for you.
So thankful my husband was with me. Well, he was like, don't worry about it. It's okay. You're just going to have to make sure that it's okay. You touch yourself. And I was like, what?
What the guy was saying, or your husband was saying?
No. The guy. No.
I was confused as to who was saying what.
No, the photographer. He's
was
like, and I he didn't mean it that way.
Okay.
He was just making it sound like it's okay, like you can use facial and arm and all that type of stuff, but the way that he said it, I was just like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then now it's like an inside joke
Yeah.
between me and my husband. And
you got to use the accent, though.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
totally.
because
It's okay.
It's
You
not the
got
same
it's
without
okay. You can touch yourself.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
the same
okay.
without
That's what I say. It's okay. You can touch yourself.
Yeah.
I don't say that at the sandwich shop. I don't. I just keep your fucking hands off yourself and make my sandwich.
Right?
Right. Yeah. You don't want that.
Gross. I'm not even hungry anymore. Okay. So, Kenny, have you ever thought about modeling? Have you ever thought about doing any
No.
modeling? No.
No, I mean,
You're a handsome
no,
guy, though,
no, I
man.
didn't actually. No, not even when I was a kid. Honestly, I've always wanted to do tattooing.
Sweet, man.
I never could get into it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something I always did. It's like the family never backed that up, you know? Like
They
they
got
never
it,
wanted
yeah.
me to do it. I come from a very like strict Hispanic
He's kind of
family.
nice look, though, right?
So
Yeah.
it
Nice.
never
You got
it
good
never
bone
worked.
structure, and anyway,
Thanks.
I'm just,
Thanks.
I'm not attracted to you like that. I'm just saying you're a handsome
Saying
guy.
like it is.
You know, and if I were attracted to you like that, anyway. So what I want to know is, so do you guys like all hang around just models, or do you have like regular friends, or
No, we have regular
do you?
friends.
Yeah, right.
A regular
Isn't
friend.
that terrible? Are you plastics? Are you like?
Actually,
Are you
I did
like
have
Mean
to think about
Girls
it for
or
a second.
something?
I was like, wait, who do I hang out with? And I was
They're-
like, I don't know. They're not all models.
Not
It's only
all.
because I work so much with
Yeah.
the girls
Yeah.
that I'm
Yeah.
constantly
Well, you
around.
created a
models.
relationship with them.
Exactly. So I mean,
Yeah.
I have to, I check up on my girls. I hang out with my girls.
Right.
I shoot with my girls. I get them shoots, whatever. But I have friends who are like the opposite end of it, and it's kind of
Yeah.
nice to get away
It
from
is.
it and not
It
have to
definitely
worry
is.
about
Mm-hmm.
the pictures or any other stuff. Like they're very supportive, and it's just nice to have someone on the outside to like talk
Yeah.
and vent, and
Is there any cattiness or rivalries that go on?
there will be.
Oh yeah.
There definitely
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
be growing, starting out. I
They
admit,
judge. There's a lot of people
Yeah.
that judge.
very judgmental.
What's that sourced from? Is it because you're just beautiful and they,
Insecurities.
they're insecure, or
Oh,
they,
insecurities.
you're getting the jobs and they're not, something like that?
It has to
maybe?
be, because what you have to
Yeah.
understand is that I don't look like Sammie, and Sammie doesn't look like me. Nobody looks like Sammie. Nobody looks like me. So it's just like you have to understand that you are an individual and you have something to either bring to the table. And if you're threatened by somebody else, then you have a problem with yourself, because they're doing their thing and someone likes them for their look.
Right.
And you have to understand that if someone doesn't like you for your look, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me that I'm ugly, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
okay with that. Like not everyone's gonna like the way that I look.
I don't
and
believe you.
That's
Nobody's ever
No,
said that.
I've gotten it too.
You
yeah,
serious?
Oh, yeah.
we get nasty
yeah.
comments on our
Oh, yeah.
pictures.
Wow.
And you'll get the comments. I've had people comment, and before I lost weight, I've had a lot of fat comments and just thicker comments, just because I wasn't skinny enough. And then I started working out and gaining muscle, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna look like a man." I'm like, I'm not.
I don't
trying
think
to
you
lose
will.
weight.
I don't think you will ever look like a man. Number
I
one,
hope not.
whoever said that was a fucking
Somebody
idiot.
told me that I needed to eat more cheeseburgers.
Yeah. It's,
And I'm a cook.
yeah.
I'm a
I know
cook, and
something.
I eat everything.
Right.
Just to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of insecurities, and you'll get it from not only just other people, because you have a lot of keyboard warriors. You have a lot of people
Right.
out
Yeah,
there's
there,
a bunch of
a
those.
lot that we know, who like to talk, trash and crap about everybody, and just trying to put everybody down. It's just
What
it's
are they? What is that
horrible.
called anyway?
It
Is
is.
what's that called when people do that?
Trolls?
Trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, trolling.
So I get them too. I mean, you know what? If you put yourself out there, you're going to get
You're
these
gonna
trollers.
get it.
You're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get haters.
You know you're doing something right then.
And it doesn't
Exactly.
matter. I mean, they matter about as much as any critic matters. There's never been, a statue erected to a critic.
Right.
So fuck them guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
very true.
Right.
Fuck
true,
you,
yeah.
keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Fuck you, keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up a real gun and let's go play.
I'd like to see them like in person say
Yeah.
the stuff that they say to me
Oh, yeah.
online. I don't think that it's gonna happen.
You know what? They would look like, if they did, I promise you, they look like that guy Milton, right? From
Yeah.
Office Space. And he's
Yeah.
like, do you know they took my stapler?
Oh my
and
God,
And they
right.
told me, Mr. Lumberg told me that I could sit here, but I'm not sitting here anymore. And they made me move. And then anyway, that's probably what
That
they
was pretty
sound
good.
like
Yeah. That
and
was
look
pretty
like.
good.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I do voices. Anyway,
I love it.
Yeah,
only
it was
because I'm a
good.
little schizophrenic. But
That was good.
don't tell my doctor. We're on the edge. It doesn't matter.
It's okay.
Fuck it. So one of the cool things about models is that you guys are always in the limelight. You're like, it's almost like and anytime something new comes out, or you find let's say a new photographer. Like I like Hugo Boss and Boss Lady and
Hugo V.
Yeah,
Hugo V. That's
Hugo.
him, not Hugo.
I love Hugo V.
I
He's
love
He's awesome,
him.
right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. But what happens when you find like a brand new person that's out there and they're trying to make it too? Will you be able to do like a swap, or can you do like for a lesser fee or even free?
It honestly, it really depends, and I think a lot of photographers will also agree with, it depends on what level of professionalism you're bringing. So
Right.
if a beginner photographer approaches me and they want to work together and they don't have a really good solid portfolio and they're just working out, then it's not benefiting me in any way to do trade work with you.
Right.
It's a lot of time that I put in and money that I put in it, so I'm going to ask for compensation if you're going to ask me for my time. I've had a lot of photographers who are pretty fairly new, maybe not fresh out, but just newer, building their portfolio, but I see the potential and I see this amazing work that I really love. Malcolm Flowers is one of the
he's
photographers that I
awesome.
really
he's
love. Shout out to
Yeah.
Malcolm. I love working with him. He just has the street vibe, and it's just very relaxed, and we always have a good time, and we just hang out and shoot.
I
It's
felt
just
like
real.
for the first time when I met him, I like knew him for like years.
Right?
Oh,
And he's
that's
like
cool.
your best
I like-
friend. He's my buddy.
I like shoots like that.
Well, I like meeting people and just falling into that. That's the best thing ever, right? Like you've been friends forever.
Yes.
That's the coolest thing ever. Hey, you know what we're going to do is we're going to pull up your website, officialmissgirls.com, because I want to take a look at some of the other girls and have you like tell us about them.
Check out my
Would
lady.
you mind? That'd be great. Check out my ladies. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that up. We'll put it up on the screen there, and then I want you to tell us about some of your. We're not gonna play favorites.
Not at all.
Like who's
I
your
love them
favorite
all.
girl? we're
I
not-
seriously love all the girls. We're
Yeah.
like a family.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I love you girls too. We're not family, but I'm a secret stalker. So here we go.
You're
This
one
is
of
your website.
You're one of those creepers.
I am. Totally yeah, but I have my own podcast.
There you go. It's
Yes.
different.
So he's
It's
allowed.
different.
Yes.
That's the difference. So there we are. So tell us how to get around.
You can scroll down actually. I think you should be right on.
There you go.
Yep. These are the Miss Girls.
All right.
So starting from the top left, that is actually Kat. Kat she started out as a model, and she's an amazing model who I actually, followed for the longest time because she's very artistic, very creative, always bringing something crazy and new. And she actually has transitioned into being a designer, and she's
Really?
now the designer of Pink Moon Prophecy.
Oh, cool.
So she's the bikini designer, and she busts out these just amazing bikinis.
They're gorgeous.
that everybody
Shout
loves.
out to Kat.
So she's a model and now a designer, and she is a hustler. She's amazing. I love her.
I love that.
yeah.
I love that.
She's awesome. To the right is me. That was
There's
Hugo.
Jilda.
Hugo, he's the one that shot, and that was my very first shoot with him. And I'm
That's
like,
Hugo V.
That's
Yeah.
Hugo
Nice.
V. Yes, I freaking love him. I can't wait to work with him again.
I know.
To the right is Michelle. Mischief Madness. Sorry, I'm using real names. Mischief Madness. She was the one I tried to get in today, but she's a busy girl.
Yeah.
She's just a sweetheart. She's out in Tucson, so she's the
Yeah.
furthest of all of our models, but she makes it a point to show up. She'll come out here, no problem.
Nice.
She's a dancer. She's just this gorgeous girl who is just a sweetheart. You have Jessica to the right of her, who
I
is
love
our
Jessica.
fire breather. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
here. That's right.
she's
She's the
awesome.
fire breather, so she plays with fire. She's amazing.
I got a little crush on her.
Aww.
I'll tell her that. I'll tell her to watch this.
Right.
You
Hi,
have
Jessica.
Fuchsia Angel right below Kat to the left. Fuchsia is actually the singer of she's gonna hate me right now.
Oh, gosh.
Bella Loon.
Yes.
Bella Loon. I
Bella
want to say
Loon.
Luna for some reason. It's Bella Loon. She's a singer, so she's actually also a performer.
Oh, cool.
So she's amazing. Her band is awesome. To the right of her is Lucky Zombie, who is Lauren Perry. She is more of the vintage type model. Gorgeous.
She's a very classic.
Oh
Very
yeah.
classic.
She does a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
pinup stuff.
She does. It's not so much pinup.
No,
it's more of a vintage,
Yeah.
retro.
Yeah.
Don't call her
Yeah.
pinup. She's not pinup.
No.
Okay. Well, you have to explain the difference between a pinup
Oh,
and
totally.
Yeah. I've learned recently the difference because I was always saying just
Yeah.
pinup, and there's a difference. And
Yeah.
then there's the lovely Miss Sammie Lynn. She's our gorgeous. I mean, she does it all.
Sammie
though.
Lynn.
Yes.
She's here right with us.
Right with
I
us.
love it. She's all white. I love this right here. This picture of all white.
I know.
Thank you.
by her
So
lovely
beautiful.
husband.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Wow,
You
that he
have-
did that?
Yeah.
My husband did
Oh,
that,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Right?
Shout out to your boy. What's up?
You have Jessica
nigga.
to the right of Sammie Lynn. Jessica is a go-go dancer, so she is constantly dancing. So
Yeah.
like it's always hard to get her in because she's always has a gig. But she has her a team of models. I'm gonna totally blank on her team of models. I'm so sorry, Jessica. I love you. But she's also a model. You have Crystal, who is below Fuchsia there. Crystal, she's actually pursuing catering.
Is
She
she?
loves to cook. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
gonna graduate
Y'all
here
are,
soon.
that's so cool. You guys are all
Different
like,
We
people.
have lives too.
yeah, you know, and dreams and you're business owners. I mean, you
Business
guys are entrepreneurs, hustling.
Exactly. Miss, oh
crushing
my goodness, speaking of, so Janet to the right of Crystal there with the colorful hair.
Yeah.
Janet, I believe she just turned 20. This girl has her own team of dancers, okay?
Yeah.
She has a team
What?
of dancers. She's busting out her own hair bows.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called. Oh my gosh, I should write these things down. She's a hustler.
Yeah.
She is, 20 years old, and she's got her own thing going. She's
She
into
knows how to work
cosplay
it.
like no tomorrow. She is the
Yeah. I
cutest
love
cosplay.
cosplay.
Oh my gosh, she is the best.
You would love
costumes.
her. She does a lot of it.
She does.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's always at Comic-Con and all
There's
Yes.
that.
there's this one Jessica.
Oh, yeah, Niall.
yeah,
Jessica Niall.
Just Niall. And
Yeah.
I want to get her in here with a
Niall.
couple of her outfits and just
Not
hang them
Nerigi?
up. She's
Oh,
no,
yeah,
yeah,
Neri-
Nig-
yeah.
Nirigi, Nirigi, or
I was
something
close.
like that.
Nerigi.
I was
Yeah.
close.
Nirigi.
You were
something
close.
Like
I didn't know.
I
was
saw
Jessica
her.
Nerigi,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jessica
Nerigi.
Nirigi, or
I don't know.
I
how to
love
say
her
it.
work.
Nerdy.
Sorry,
But
Jessica.
yeah, sorry, Jessica. We're
I know,
messing
sorry.
you
Well,
up.
you're a
sorry.
She lives in
cosplay.
Arizona. Did you know that?
Yeah, she's in Phoenix.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Saw
and
her
I was
on
like, oh my God,
New
she's...
Times.
Really?
Yeah, she's on the cover of the last month's New Times.
Congrats, Jessica.
She's
That's
awesome. And I read the entire thing, and then I stalked her on Facebook.
I did
and
stalking too.
yeah, she's
totally
amazing.
did.
I
She's
do.
really
She's amazing.
she's really good, and she makes all her own
Yeah.
costumes.
And that's what's
Yeah.
awesome about her is that she's not
Yeah.
just showing off these, awesome costumes, but she makes them.
Yeah.
So it's like
Very
she has
talented.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the talent behind it.
Okay, we're back to the back up.
I know we have so many girls. It's kind
That's
of
okay. We
Yeah.
want to go through them. I want to see because
many
all
girls.
of these girls are like no kidding. All of them have been working on their craft for a long time.
Yes.
All have tattoos. They all are beautiful, and they've also got something going on. So
They definitely have a lot of potential. You have Jordan to
Mm-hmm. yeah.
the right of Janet there, right there. Yep, Jordan. Jordan.
Lady J.
Lady J.
Yeah,
that's
Lady
right.
J.
She's another really gorgeous model. She's really good at the grunge. She does it
Yes.
really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She taps into that really
I
well.
like that.
Yes,
That's, yeah.
it's sexy. You have Miss Violet Black. She's a pinup.
Yeah.
Call
Okay.
her pinup.
Yes.
Okay.
She rocks the pinup world like no tomorrow. If anything, go to her if you need help with that.
It's a pinup.
Then you have Miss Tara. Tara, actually, she's newer. She's been into modeling about a year now. She's only done a couple shots, and every time we've worked with her, she's done an amazing job.
Yeah, she definitely
just
is.
gorgeous just comes
she-
out, and
you know who
she's a
she reminds-
hairdresser.
You know who she reminds me of?
Who?
She reminds me of what's her name? The Black Dahlia. A little bit. She's got that look.
Oh, I don't remember what the name, but I know what you're talking
Betty
about.
Page. Betty Page. Black Dahlia.
Was it Betty Page?
Was it
No,
Betty
Betty
Page?
Page.
No, that wasn't Betty Page.
No,
I'm
not-
sorry. I'm way off. No, Black Dahlia. She's got that
Yes.
look.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look
Do you
that up
know
because
what
I
I
have no
mean?
idea.
Yeah, we'll look it up later.
Tara's gorgeous though,
Yeah.
but she's a hairdresser, so
Very
she's
pretty.
that's her and Jessica both are hairdressers. Actually, at
Who's this
hair
sexy,
dye.
sexy
Yep.
thing right next? Is she a hair dye?
Yep, she is
Really?
a hair
Yeah,
dye.
she's one of the.
The next one is Xtina or Christina. She's also a go-go dancer. She's also just like Jessica, constantly dancing. You rarely hear from that poor girl. We have
She's so busy.
Then we have our newest girls, actually. And these are the girls who actually are really new. So we have Miss Nico Meow. That cute one right there.
That's
She's
cute.
Another
she's
cosplay.
The cosplay anime.
Yes.
She likes the anime. Yeah,
Yes.
she's so cute. Anything
She's
kitty cat
adorable.
related, you
Yes.
love her. She's very strong. We see a lot of potential in her, so we picked her up. And we're like,
Perfect.
you definitely
Yeah,
are gonna work
that's so
well.
cool.
Then you have Miss Kahila. And Miss Kahila, she just has this unique look to her that I saw, and it was funny because for a while she actually just would like my pictures when I was scouting,
Yeah.
and I went and checked out her page, and I was like, oh my god, this girl has just this
Who
look
is- yeah.
to her that is super gorgeous.
I
and
actually just
so-
worked with her.
Did you?
Yeah, in the tub.
Oh, in the tub. Do we have pictures?
I have a sneak peek.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ooh, we're gonna get a sneak
And
peek.
actually, Violet took them.
Did okay.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
So
All right,
we'll
we'll
have to
check
get
that
some
out.
sneak peeks. So we'll sneak peeks of
Sneak peek.
Kahila soon. Then you have Miss Cassie to the left on the bottom there. Miss Cassie, she seriously will surprise you. in person, goofball. Love her.
Yeah.
Like, she's so easy to get along with, so easy to talk
She
to.
reminds me of me.
She is a beast on the runway.
Oh, yeah.
This girl will own any runway that you
Oh,
throw
yeah.
her on. She has the look, the attitude, the walk. I mean, she knows what she's doing.
I'm putting
and
a
she has
runway
not
in
been
my
doing
front
it for very
row.
long. You know what? She'll make it.
She
work
will
for you.
make it work.
Bring her over too.
She really will.
That's awesome.
You have now Katie Venenum. She is more of the kind of like dark gothic. She's also a dancer. But she's very.
If we click on the picture, we'll be able to see the rest of her.
Yes, if you click on the map, there you go.
There you go. Click on that.
You'll see her. So that shot was actually by Malcolm Flowers, also.
Wow.
Telling you,
She's outrageous.
She's fun too.
And she's so new to the scene. You would have no idea that
I
she's.
fucking love her outfit. Look at that.
Right?
Isn't that awesome?
I want those shoes.
I know
Not
they're
for me.
amazing.
I just think they're really cool.
Awesome.
They are. All right,
Yes,
thanks.
so that's Katie, and she's awesome.
And
We're
then
gonna be
this-
working a lot more with her. And then last but not least, you have Miss Amelia McMorbid.
Now, she doesn't look like she has any tattoos.
She doesn't. She is one of our more non-tattooed nude models.
Traditional, would you call it?
Traditional, you can say traditional. Yep. She loves to do nude photography. She
Okay.
kind of is a photographer herself. She takes a lot of her own photos. She'll just go out up north and just set up her camera,
And just-
frolic through the woods naked, and take some amazing pictures.
Yeah.
She's such a
Amazing
hippie.
pictures.
Yeah.
She's such a
She is. I mean, it works so well for her, and I love it because she looks so glam in that picture too. She
Yeah.
can just get dolled up and gorgeous, but then take off all the makeup, and she's just like,
Still beautiful.
Wow.
you would never know. It's just
Well, we
bam.
love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for beautifying
Miss
the
Girls.
world. Those are our Miss
Aw.
Girls, right?
We
and
love
Jilda
them.
and Jilda. And by the way, where's the sneak peek? Let's get that.
Oh,
Where's
the
that? Do we
sneak
actually-
peek.
where would we find that?
I
Is it
know.
on your
You haven't
phone?
even seen
I
it.
haven't even
Oh
seen
my
those.
gosh!
I just got them.
Oh,
Did you?
Yes,
I love
did.
sneak peeks. They're so fun.
That is so cool.
When
Or you
photographer
just put it
sends
in
you that
front-
one picture, hey, by the way, this is what we're working on.
Yeah.
It makes the biggest of a difference.
It does. Oh, that is so awesome! Don't show anybody.
And it's my first time with my short hair.
That's
Re-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she chopped
Yeah,
all
I
all
just
of
of it
chopped
off.
it last week.
Really.
I cut a foot off.
A foot.
A foot.
Damn.
I know.
Go.
Show me a picture real quick when you had hair.
Okay.
When you had longer hair, because you still have hair, unlike
Yeah.
me. You still have hair, but
It's
yeah,
still
I
the
want to
hair,
see what
too.
I want to see what it looked like when
she
you were
had this
long.
like signature look too.
Yeah, it
I
was,
know.
It was-
yeah, Betty Page,
Yeah.
Dita Von
Exactly.
Teese.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it, but you know, there's always you want change. and-
Sure.
I like
Yeah.
change. That's why I
I
chopped
would
my hair
love.
off.
You know
I didn't
what?
go that short though. I'm too
Yeah, I would
scared.
love to have some change. I would love to have some Kenny Fardo hair.
You got it.
Awesome,
We
dude.
can fit
Right?
this over there if you want.
Is that a hat? What are you
That's
talking about? What are
funny.
you talking about?
Take it off.
That's so funny.
I actually have a hat that has hair in it.
Oh my god.
That's pretty
This
cool.
It's a
actually
golf cap.
is a good one that shows my hair.
Yeah, that's how long it
That's
was.
by
Oh my
Daniel
God,
Hansen.
Look how long your hair is.
Yeah.
Dude. Holy crap.
All gone.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're absolutely fabulously beautiful.
Thanks.
And the tattooing, right? Because this is the big part of it, right? The tattooing it's crossed all kinds of genres now. So you're starting to see porn stars and strippers and right, and you were going to tell us a little bit about what the difference is between pinup girls and and suicide girls. Do you ever get asked if you're a suicide girl? Do you?
Yes,
All the time?
Or I should be one.
Well, what do you think about the suicide girls?
I don't want to say that they're bad.
No.
I mean,
they're women just like everybody else.
it's
yeah.
true.
Doing their
It's
thing.
just I do more of a classy. I don't want to say they're not classy, but
No.
I don't know how to really put
It's
it to not. I don't wanna be
required
rude.
nudity for the suicide girls. So with the suicide girls, I actually had applied to be a suicide girl years back, and this is years back before they were doing a bunch of nudes. It was
Yeah.
more of just this collective
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
tattooed girls,
Alternative, yeah.
alternative girls who wanted to get together and
Right.
take shoots. And I was like, that is exactly what I want. When I started just getting into it, I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I applied to them, and they're like, great, we want you, you're perfect, here's the terms and conditions, blah, 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 fill this out, send it back. So I, of course, read the entire terms and conditions, and I
Yeah.
stop right when it says required nudity, must show all. And I'm just like,
I know.
it's not what I'm about,
Yeah.
I just, there's some things that I feel that, only my boyfriend should have access to, and that's about it. Everything else, use your imagination. You've seen enough of it out
That's
there.
right.
So, and they've turned more, and again, nothing bad. Suicide girls are great. They're the suicide girls, but it's more of like a soft porn-ish,
Yeah.
kind of genre. More if you just, great.
And that's available. That's available to women if they want to do that.
Exactly.
And,
Yes.
but you won't be doing that with Miss Girls. I
No,
mean, if you were,
we have the
you wanted to
option.
become
You
a
want
Miss
to get
Girl,
naked, get naked.
Sure.
I do
It's not
I do
required.
nudes, but I'm just not like,
You're
hello,
implied.
here's my
Yeah,
badge.
exactly.
I don't either. I'm not showing my badge to anybody.
Right?
No.
And because my
shouldn't.
girlfriend would not be happy with that.
Probably not. But yeah, I mean, there is a difference between the Suicide Girls and the Miss
Yeah.
Girls, and not to get them, mixed up in any way, but the Miss Girls, it's a team of models, in Arizona right now, who are about collaborating, working together, building, a dream together, with tattoos, no tattoos, dancers,
Yeah,
non-dancers, moms, non-moms. You just have a mixture of people who have this passion for something and who believe in working, with other people together. It's a big difference. But yeah, you have your vintage, you have pinup, you have alternative, you have, just straight model, you have your tattooed porn stars, you have your tattoo, there is always a difference. And I find that a lot of people people would look at girls with tattoos and there was all one category.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
just, boom,
right,
you're
yeah.
a tattooed girl, you are, you're skanky, you get naked, you this, you're fake, you have fake boobs, whatever else,
Right,
they put
yeah.
that category in. And as the more and more that tattoos become more accepted, people are starting to understand, just like there's different types of tattoos, right? Like
Yeah.
you have traditional and
Neo-realism.
yeah, those.
Yeah.
So
many.
I'm learning. I'm like, I don't
So
I know.
many.
polka.
Yeah.
They
There's
have all
polka?
kinds of
Trash polka. That's
yeah,
another
trash
style.
polka.
Started in Europe essentially.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
It looks
Okay.
pretty
See,
cool,
I didn't even
actually.
know
Does
that.
it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah.
it.
I'm just
Very
I'm gonna
abstract.
work
It's
something
definitely
out.
unique.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean,
Kenny, we're going to
there's
talk about
categories.
fixing this
You got it.
tattoo of mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna do it. Not right now, but I'm gonna do it.
You brought his machine.
Just over here,
All
like,
right.
do it.
Yeah,
Usually
he's
went back
ready
Did you
for
bring your rig?
Good.
You brought your rig with you?
Oh my God.
Because I got a table. I mean,
Bust it out. Let's do this.
It's like, don't even think of what you're going to get. Just do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
Close your eyes.
I'm gonna think about what
Put a
I'm gonna
kitty.
get. Trust me.
You learned that lesson
Because
already.
yeah,
Oh, right.
exactly.
Yes.
This is what happens
Yes.
when you don't even think about it, or you pick that thing on the wall and
Oh,
go, that looks pretty
God.
good. I think I'll
Yeah.
get
I've
that.
never done that. I've
Yeah.
never
I don't
done
like
that.
that shops
Don't do
are
that.
still in
What are they
that
called? They're called
niche.
flash
Flash.
types.
It's
Okay.
flash.
Flash, yeah.
It's different when the artists put up their own flash
Yeah.
instead of going into the one and just flip through books of
Yeah.
Sailor Jerry stuff that's on
Yeah.
everybody in the world.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't get a Sailor Jerry.
Yeah. No.
I almost
No.
got a Sailor Jerry. So yeah. Oops. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm 46 now, so I'm still learning.
You know what? Life is about learning.
Every
And
single
I'm
day,
28
I'm
years
still
old,
learning.
and I am learning so many new things. And I'm just like, all right, bring them on. Got some more to go.
Let's party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's the next question I want to ask? Let's see here. Oh man.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
What do I want to know? What I want to know is how much working out do you have to do? Do you watch your weight? Do you eat right? Do you do all those kinds of things too, or do you just do a lot of crystal meth and hope for the best?
That is the easiest way. No,
Flat
out. Honestly, it's a struggle because you have to decide what it is that you want to do. You have to understand that if you want to be a serious professional model, that you have to be in shape. Not skinny, in
Right.
shape, because you have to be able to wear the clothing and show the clothing that you're wearing and pose in the clothing that you're wearing, because if it doesn't fit you, it's not going to look right, and people aren't
Right.
going to want to buy something that doesn't look good on you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, for example, I started out, I was 150 pounds, about 30, I think my waist was like, I don't know, a 30 something, 34 or something like that, size 12. And, I
I'd
was,
love to get back to a 34.
sitting there trying
I'm working on it.
yeah, it's not easy. Sitting there trying to
We'll be
model,
there.
and I realized that for a while, that half the time obviously most of my photos are photoshopped. So a lot of times I would look at them and I'm like, oh, I look fine. It's great. Everything
Yes.
looks good on me.
Yeah.
We're good to go. But then I'm
Yeah.
like sitting in the mirror like, why do I look different? I don't like this. There's all this stuff going on. But no, I made a dedication to this career because I
Yeah.
want it to be a legitimate career. So I dropped 30 pounds and 8 inches and building muscle. And honestly, it's good for me because I feel good. I don't have any more health problems. I'm able to, climb mountains without a problem now. But,
good.
and if
that's
anything,
good.
I notice that I'm getting more work because of it. People
Yeah.
like the way it looks. So it's
Yeah.
like, You have to understand, you can be
That's a
thick.
good choice.
That's okay, but if
Yeah.
you're not healthy, you're
Yeah.
gonna have problems.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. So taking care of yourself is
Take care of yourself.
big
Oh,
part of
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Making sure that your art looks good. It's it's consumable. Because I've seen some pretty nasty art.
Oh, geez. It depends on like
Scratch
where you
work.
go. If you're going and
Yeah.
getting off the streets, then
Yeah, you need to find yourself a good artist. Find
Right.
somebody who actually loves his
It's-
craft.
it's the
Kenny's
same thing,
a great,
right?
If you're in Phoenix, by the way, head over to Kenny's shop. He's Misconstrued Boutique is on 5th Street in Roosevelt, right?
Correct.
And you'd be able to, I don't think you'll see Sammie there too often, but we'll definitely see Jilda there because you
I'm
got a
there often.
you got a bestie over there.
Yeah.
And that's really headquarters right now for Miss Girls, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So very cool.
For now.
So Sammie,
Yes,
you have 3 kids.
I do.
How do you stay in shape?
Okay, I recently actually, when I turned 30, just started working and toning up. I never worked out. I'm the complete opposite. Everybody used to call me like the freak of nature because I'd pop out my kids and then
Pop them out.
yeah, and then like a week after
You're Jimmy. Pop. You're Jenny. Pop. Hope I'm not naming your kids for you.
no,
Completely.
I'm
different.
done. I'm done. No, they would call me a freak of nature because a week later I would be like, "Oh, you just had a kid? No, you didn't.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
You're
you
too
don't.
tiny.
Yeah.
You're so small. Yeah.
Well, recently I'm noticing like the gravity's not working well for me in my hip and my bum area, so I'm having to like squat and
Yeah.
do all that fun stuff, and it's all new to me. I don't even know like routines or anything like
wow.
that, so
I'll work with you, girl.
Yes.
I cook, so
Yeah.
I like eat everything, and just recently I'm like, oh, I can't have this and I can't have that. Dang it.
Have you
That
tried
sucks.
the paleo? Have you tried the
No.
paleo diet?
I'm not like that serious.
No. She's like, I'm not like
She
that.
doesn't need to be.
Paleo is so good for you. though.
I lose weight like super
Yeah.
fast, and it's hard for me to gain weight. So what I
I'm the lucky
have,
one.
I'm like trying to keep.
I gotcha.
I'm
I
the
gotcha.
opposite, so if you'd like to switch,
Yeah, I know, right?
I
Trade.
totally give you something.
Let's just trade
I need it. I can take it.
metabolisms.
Just don't lose that booty, girl.
No.
Because that ass.
Okay.
Seriously, she's got one.
In high school, I was told, "Dang, you have a big butt for a white girl."
For how small she is, I'm just saying. That thing is amazing. It
Stand
really
up.
is.
Let's have a look.
Can you see it?
I don't know. You got to stand
Oh,
up. I
yeah,
want to have
you
a look.
You totally have.
Because now we're like,
Look at that thing.
look at that ass, girl.
It's fallen.
It's falling. It's falling and it can't get up.
Move this way. They want to see it.
That way, so we
Show
can see
it.
your ass.
They want to see.
That's what happens. I'm worse than Howard
you see
Stern
it?
sometimes.
See, look at it.
Oh, look at that ass, girl. Yummy.
That thing's amazing.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
I love seeing
Wow.
her pictures. I'm just like, I want to go do some
I
more
have
squats.
ass jealousy
I
now.
do hump day pictures.
Do you?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
And
well,
they're
it's,
amazing.
we got to friend each other on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else too.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
you're
think
gonna
we're
be all over.
Yeah,
her
for
page.
sure. I'm gonna stalk you. Don't
So
worry
here's
about
your
it.
stalker.
Right.
You got to
Here's
stalk
the-
me back though. That's
Yeah,
the rule.
I definitely will.
If you don't stalk me back, then I get worried. Like everything. So Jilda and I have this thing now, and I even steal her pictures sometimes. And like, I put one up, and it was like, "This is what you look like when you didn't get something or whatever." I forget what it was, but it was so funny because it was the perfect. It was a perfect.
You're so
look.
funny. I did see
I
that.
totally. I did. I stole your picture, and I forget what I wrote about it, but it was like what you look like when you first get up in the morning or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a beautiful picture, and I forget it was something about cats. Anyway. We're still trying to do that. Well, you gotta Facebook stalk me.
I will.
So, and I think I did. You know what? Check and see if I hashtagged you. I might have. I think I hashtagged Jilda.
Maybe.
I think I did that, and either that or Miss Girls, something like that, probably.
Usually, I mean, I'm sure you did, but because I get like 100 notifications a
Yes.
day, I lose everything. And
Oh,
what people don't
yeah.
understand, especially on like on Instagram when people are commenting or liking
Yeah.
something, if you don't do it like, I don't know, a lot,
Yeah.
I'm not going to see it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Probably not, yeah.
Or unless there's like one person who has to like every single picture in my freaking album, and I'm like,
It happens.
it. You
It
like
You know what?
happens.
Yeah, we're trying to get your attention. No, I'm kind of.
no, that's what it is.
That's what it is. I don't know. So what's it like? What's it like being, famous, right? I mean, you're famous. Are you kidding? Everybody I know
Not like
knows
Heather
you.
Moss. Not like
Yeah,
that.
well,
Not Heather Moss.
we're
I know,
getting-
but
Right.
I'm working.
Shit.
Getting
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Getting there.
I will. We'll make you famous. Don't worry about it. Heather Moss, who's that? I'm sorry, Heather. We
No,
want to
she-
have her.
I
We want to have her on the
love
podcast eventually.
No, you have
So,
to have her on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
awesome.
amazing. She's I agree. And,
She's a
and
big sweetheart.
you
too.
are no less amazing, really. You
Thank
guys
you.
are all hustlers, and you're working,
Thanks.
and we appreciate what you do in the community because you guys really are involved. I mean,
Yeah.
you're doing
Oh,
stuff. And Heather Moss is also involved, and she's
Crazy.
amazing too. So we had Chris Wood in here, and we got to talk to Chris, man, and it was really, really good. Chris is one of those open guys that just talks about life.
Yeah.
And I love him. He's like one of my best friends. You know, I love that guy. And then and he turned me on to Rihanna, and that's where I found out about Rihanna.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
And,
That's cool.
Yeah. And he goes, you got to check her out. She's cool. And I said, okay,
She
well, I'll check her.
is.
And then I found out about Snapback Queen, etc. So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
you know, so
yes.
we're all about getting our Edge podcast with Mike G logos.
That
on
would be so
some snapbacks,
awesome.
some shirts.
Definitely awesome.
And we're gonna have you come out and do some events with us, maybe at the next cannabis Southwest Cannabis Conference next year. How
That
would
would
you
be
guys
very
like to?
fun.
Yeah,
Very
we'll
fun.
get our own booth.
Yes.
Very
Yeah,
fun.
and we'll have you guys hand out cannabis or something.
Yeah. Smoke it.
I
guys
know.
can-
Either or.
Testing.
No problem.
You guys will be testing.
Test
Be in
all
the
the
bag.
I know.
samples.
We would have to test it.
You have to
Yeah.
test
We
it.
have
You gotta
to
make sure it's
talk
good.
to it.
Next
course.
year it'll be legal. It'll be recreational, so we can
Yep.
probably smoke anywhere. That'd be cool.
I know.
You know, think
getting
about it.
there.
I want to
Getting
start my own
there.
little. I know. Hey, listen.
Little by little.
Please vote. Please vote for the legalization of marijuana
Definitely.
in Arizona, and we're
Agree.
talking recreational.
Recreational.
We want, it's good that we have medical because there's a lot of people out there with PTSD
Need it.
and
Yes.
Alzheimer's. My mom has Alzheimer's,
Oh.
and one of the things that we're looking at using for her Alzheimer's is RSO, Rick Simpson oil. This stuff is amazing, and has cured cancer and other, like literally
Oh, wow.
cured cancer and other things. And so the cannabis plant is an amazing plant.
It is.
I told you we would talk about it, Kenny. I'm a big proponent for it. We have this thing called the endocannabinoid system within all of our bodies. It's there. It's been there for, well, I don't know, since we stood upright. But we have this endocannabinoid system, and it's what causes homeostasis within the body. And cannabinoids fit perfectly into the receptors. Now, cannabinoids are made not only by, cannabis, but there are certain spices that you can get cannabinoids from. And your body produces 20 cannabinoids without any cannabis involved.
Nice.
So it's part of your physical makeup. And what happens is we become depleted. And that's why you should smoke cannabis.
It's true.
it helps.
I actually use it
Yeah.
for medical.
Everything.
Do you? What's your medical condition, if you
Well,
don't mind me asking?
No,
You
you're
don't have to.
fine. I have ITP,
Okay.
which is a blood disorder, and then I also got in a car accident, and I have slip disc.
Oh
so
my God. Yeah, that's
it
painful.
helps a lot.
Yeah. Well, and do you have your card? Did you get your medical card? Awesome. Cool. I have mine too. So you and I can smoke. I don't know about these two. Do you have your,
Oh, I'm medical too.
do you have your
so
medical
we're good.
card?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
good.
Yeah,
Kenny?
she
Yeah,
had the
sorry.
same thing.
Oh yeah, no, I have arthritis actually in my spine. I have scoliosis, and then
Oh,
I was in a
man.
car accident that moved my entire spine. So I have slip disc in my neck and my lower back. I went like 3 years straight with going to the chiropractor like 3 times a week and physical therapy 2 times a week for 2 years.
Yep.
It was bad, and honestly. It helped. It was the only thing that would
Yeah.
really take even just the edge of the pain off. I had a
Yep.
procedure
It's
actually
true.
done in December, which really helped me. But
Yeah.
you have pains that you honestly can't touch with anything else, and I don't
I
want to
know.
take
True.
narcotics and
Nope.
all of
I
the.
don't.
My doctors would give me
Painkillers and all the
Vicodin.
other
I tried
and
it.
Somas
Yeah.
Percocet
and
and
Percocets,
yeah.
and I'm like, this
I
stuff
tried
is
it.
So bad for you. So
It's
bad.
it's
horrible.
the chemical doesn't even really do what you want it to.
No.
And
No.
the
No.
side
It's a quick
effects are
fix
just
and
not
constipates
worth
you.
it.
Nope.
It's
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
I was so sick.
yeah, I know.
God.
It gave me I did because I'd get freaking migraines.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
And then I'd
chemicals.
feel sick to where I almost wanted to throw up.
Yes.
I would get the jitters.
Yeah.
I would feel like I was out of body from time to time, like I wasn't really in. Weird stuff just going
Yeah.
on, and I was addicted to Percocet there for a little while.
I almost got addicted.
Yeah, and I was like, no. And finally, last year, it was October 2014. I got with my doctor and said, "What? Look, I'm tired of taking these drugs. What can I take?" And he said, "Well, have you tried medical cannabis? It's legal here in Arizona." I just moved back from San Antonio, Texas, which is not legal in Texas yet. So I got here and I said, well, let's give it a shot. So I did. And, I was a teenager last time I smoked any weed. And, Mom, I smoke weed now. So,
so you know.
Just so you know. And it helps with the pain. And I had a very similar situation to what you had. I had a lower back issue and my I forget where my neck. My neck. I would go like really technical, but I don't remember it all. So, but the pain goes away anytime I smoke, and I can use topicals too, so I don't necessarily need to smoke.
Yeah,
it's not about smoking.
I was trying to explain
pain and all the other crap that you have to
exactly.
deal with.
Yeah,
I was trying to explain to my mom because she just like fractured her pelvic.
Oh my god!
And she fell off a ladder. And
all things.
I know.
Falls off ladders anymore. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Mom.
It's okay. But I was
Mom.
trying to explain to her,
Yeah.
if my husband's all, here, this will help you. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know about that. And I was like, well, there's oils. There's other ways that you can go about and do it.
Lotions. Yeah, absolutely. Rick Simpson oil is great for that. You can use it topically. I don't recommend it, but I mean, you can. And I've got a friend that had a bad scar. He was using it on that. And the scar's all but gone.
Yeah.
But the Rick Simpson oil does still have a THC level to it, so there is a euphoric feeling if you ingest it. I just put it on dark chocolate. It just a little like a little rice piece size of it, and it works beautifully.
You know what I can't do?
What's that?
Edibles.
Oh, you can't do
yeah,
edibles?
it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Could, because I thought it was like the I don't know, not cleaner, but just like the less discreet way, or just like the easier way. Like if you're in pain, just like instead of like sitting there just like I don't, it's just I just want my pain to stop,
Right.
And I took it, and I've had it once before, just the tiniest of I don't even know, probably a piece of a granola of somebody's, and it was fine. I was like, okay, so this is something that I can do. I just want to see if I can tolerate it. I tried it again recently, and it messed me up so bad that I was like, I'm not touching another one.
How
like
messed you up? How?
I couldn't move.
What?
She ate too much.
Oh, dude, you were wasted, right?
I messed up, and I ate the whole thing.
Oh my god!
But it was like this big. I thought it was like that was like the sample thing, but really you're supposed to have like this much of like that thing, and I ate the whole thing thinking it was like, oh, this is gonna be fine. I'll feel it real quick and I'll be over with.
Can I tell my story?
What did you do?
I know.
Right, so what happened? What had happened was,
what had happened?
So I bought this brownie, right, and it was one of those chocolate and peanut butter brownies.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to cut it up into
fours.
It was like that.
Yes.
No, eights.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the little pieces.
Little like pieces,
Yeah.
like a
No.
piece that
That's
big.
insane.
Like
No,
that.
you don't need very much.
I ate. It was so delicious. I ate half of it.
Oh no.
So a day and a half later,
Yeah.
when I woke up, we'll remember
So a day
the
and a half
time.
later, you.
So a day and a half later.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
shoot.
Yeah,
It was that long?
It was that long. I mean, I was messed up, and I woke up and went to sleep and woke up, but I was high for a day and a half.
God.
It was
I didn't know that
really
was a
bad.
possible.
And it was one of those weird.
That's how I felt.
Did you like? I got anxiety.
Yes.
I felt
Yeah,
paranoid.
I was freaking
My
out.
body was high. Like your
Yes.
body is high.
Super high.
Wow.
Couldn't move. I was like, unfortunately, I was at work. I know, worst time to try it. Because I thought, because I was painting and my back was hurting. And I was like, oh, this will help, take off the edge. And I'll be fine and I can get through work.
Sure.
I did it and I'm sitting there painting and all of a sudden I start to get really lightheaded and I'm like, this doesn't feel good. So I sat down and as soon as I sat down, it hit me so hard and it got
it's
so
like
worse.
out of
I was in
nowhere.
a fetal position on the couch and I'm just like, this sucks so bad. And I think I was more embarrassed than anything because I'm sitting here at work. Everyone's laughing at me. Everyone's like, ha, and I'm sitting here like, no, you don't understand. I can't get out of this. I can't. And I was like, Rana's like, she's like, do you need a coffee? I'll go get you coffee. Or she's like, do you need a coffee? I'll go with you to get a coffee. I'm like, I can't move. Can you give me a coffee, please? I can't move.
That is so awesome.
It was bad. Thank goodness I carpooled that day.
Yeah, that's
right,
good.
right.
That's good. I had something similar. So I never actually had done it out of, what is it? Those like liquid form.
Oh, the tinctures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done it out of that. And my sister-in-law, we had her over for dinner,
Yeah.
and she's like a pro. And
She's a stoner.
I listened to my brother-in-law,
Yeah.
and he's like, you need to do it all the way until the light goes off.
Oh.
And I'm this little thing, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay,
So like one of these.
Oh.
yes,
You're talking about
yes,
vaping or the-
yes.
What's the other one?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I did it, and
I don't know if there's anything left in that. Smoked it all.
But you can hold
She's
it.
like, let me
Give it
tell
a
you, I'll
shot.
tell you.
Go for it. See what happens.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is not.
I think I
Yeah.
ran it out. Yeah. Killed it.
Well, basically, I did it until the light went off. I'm still in the middle of cooking.
Oh, jeez.
And basically, what happened is I start getting lightheaded, and my kids, I'm like trying to like feed and get their plates, and my sister-in-law, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I couldn't see. Like,
Wow.
I was like all dizzy everywhere. I ran to my bathroom, and with my sister-in-law's help, and out of nowhere, everybody's like, I don't know what happened. My husband's like freaking out. My kids are like, something's wrong with mom. And my brother-in-law's like, oh shoot. And my husband comes into the bathroom, and I'm on the floor in like fetal position. And I'm like, I can't see. And I'm freaking out. And then my sister-in-law's like, go run, get some apple juice.
Go run and get some apple juice.
Yeah. Or actually, no, it was orange
Rub some
juice.
dirt on it. That's what you do.
No,
Go ahead.
it was actually orange juice.
Orange juice.
And it actually helped.
Did it work?
Yeah, it went away.
It was sugar. You needed sugar.
That's what it was.
Probably. Yeah.
And then I went on and finished.
That's so
and
funny.
Interesting.
All right, Kenny.
I freaked
Your
out.
turn.
Mine was definitely like one of the brownie situations.
Yeah.
We were supposed to split up into the fours or whatever, and we didn't. We ate the whole thing, and we were where were we? We were in the middle of the woods somewhere. We were younger.
Oh,
We used to go
no.
camping all the time and
Yeah.
shooting and doing stupid shit. And yet, most definitely, like, tripped the whole night. Like, we didn't get any sleep. Every little noise, we thought it was a freaking bear or something crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah, it
And
was,
then,
it
then
was
you
a
wake
little
up.
much.
Then you wake up the next morning. You're fine.
Yeah, that was
I
perfect.
mean, that's
the next
the
day.
worst
Yes.
thing, right? That's
And
the
it was
worst.
just a
you-
fun story to tell.
Just be
It's
aware.
something you do
Completely
if you're gonna
paranoid
do
night.
it. Do it at home at least,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that you're
Be
in your safe
responsible.
zone. Be responsible.
Yeah.
It's not about just being stupid and doing
and
whatever.
then know your
like-
limits.
Exactly.
That's why
Yeah.
they tell you, they give it to you yourself to fit your weight in your body.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Well, they'll tell you. They'll tell you at the dispensary exactly how much
How
you
much
should
it takes.
take,
Exactly.
how much you weigh.
Oh,
They'll
totally.
they'll know how what you've been up to. So, right. And not every inked artist or inked model is a cannabis user.
No.
So we're just
Not
gonna
at all.
put that out there right now.
No, not at all.
Yep.
Some of them are into heroin and other harder drugs.
Not my girls.
Not your
No,
girls.
no,
Not
no.
your
Just
girls.
saying.
No.
You definitely have
Just
the
keep it
other
alive,
ones have their
yeah.
vices. That's great.
Right,
but
right.
do that.
We talked a little bit about pinups. What is that? What is a pinup?
I'm gonna make you answer.
Yeah,
I
you're
think that
definitely
you
in that
understand it
category.
better.
What is a pinup?
You do it more.
It's basically, you have certain hairstyles, you have certain makeup and certain clothing. It's just like alternative, more like the grungy, like, I don't want to say technically grungy, but it's more like that edge. So with pinup, it's more of like the clean,
Pristine look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
and they have
alright.
the eyeliner, the black eyeliner with the wings, the red lipstick, the bangs, or
Right. Like more of a
rolls.
classic.
Yeah, the
rolls.
victory rolls.
Oh, I love it. Oh, women are so beautiful to me. I just love women.
Women are fun.
Yeah, you're my favorite.
Hey, it works.
Hey, I have a preference. So, but the modeling piece of this, I really want to take it to the edge there, because it seems to me like, like you said, when people are trying to get into the business and they're trying to, they want to become a model, and look, it's going to cost money and time, and even if you're, like you said, even if you're a photographer and you're looking to break in, that's going to cost you some money too.
Oh, yeah.
To be a photographer breaking into the industry. And so I'm what are some of the, well, let me ask you this, what are some of the locations you would really like to go to be shot?
Ooh.
Do we have to stay stateside or?
Honey, you can go anywhere you want.
Oh my god, I honestly want to travel. Like
Do you?
I've shot obviously I've shot here. I've shot in Vegas and I've shot maybe in California. But I mean, I want to go international. If anything, I would love to travel internationally, go to like Europe. Europe is one of like the big places for tattoo conventions and everything, and I would love to at least start there.
Yeah.
And see where that goes.
So are you talking like beaches, like Monaco, or are you talking like
Different
traditional, like like if we're talking Europe, so England and right,
just the different states. I mean, just working with every photographer has something different about them, whether it's on location, which means, usually it's going to be out and about somewhere, or in studio. And studio can be just as fun, especially if you do like a set design and not just like a flat background. Like those are boring. Those are product shots.
Yeah.
Make sure that you put the Edge
Lifestyle.
podcast
Yep,
with Mike G right behind you.
Right? I like
you
the
you are
lifestyle.
10 times sexier in front of just kidding.
Boom. Poster as well.
It's true. It's very true.
We need to get one behind you. Yeah. I ran out.
I ran out.
I ran out. My printer wouldn't print anymore. So it's probably what I need to do is get a tattoo of that. You think you can hook that up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easily do that.
Would that look crazy or what?
That would look
Yeah.
awesome.
I want it to be
It
like
definitely look like a sticker on you.
inch by inch.
That
That's
would be
just like I
cool.
want it to be like an inch by inch.
Yeah,
not
it
too
doesn't need to
big.
be very big.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Put it on my middle finger too.
Right? Perfect.
I'm scared to get those, and
The knuckles
For
hurt.
pain?
do they?
or-
Well,
The knuckles hurt.
Because
because
it's
haven't
painful
done
for
that yet.
sure.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting them.
Are
I
you?
have to go back
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
it's-
too
I'm not
sure.
looking forward to it. It hurt really
Yeah.
bad. The
Did
finger,
it-
even just a little line, I was like,
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, that's when you got to introduce cannabis.
or numbing cream.
There you go.
That's what
Yep.
most people do. A lot of people do. I've been using Ink Easy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ink Easy
Very
has
good
actually
brand.
been helping me get through my
I've
hours
never
and
heard of
hours of
that.
sessions. Yes.
Ink Easy.
It's definitely more of a new thing in tattooing.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's been around for a while, but they've fine-tuned it more so in the past couple of years.
Cool.
Ink Easy is definitely one of the leading ones. Hush is the other.
Okay. And what's in it? Like cocaine or what?
No, it's mainly like lidocaine, like small
Okay.
traces of like essentially numbing.
Cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's lidocaine. That's what
Yeah.
lidocaine is.
Coca.
Yeah. La coca, man. I don't know. I'll just chew on the leaves. I've been looking at DMT. I really have. I got to be honest. I've been checking that out. So there's this thing called ayahuasca. You know about this? Oh my God. Anyway, it's a psychedelic, and they have had amazing results down in Peru, and because you can't get it here, it's illegal.
Can't
But
get anything
Yeah.
here.
but it's present in almost every plant form, human form. DMT is a naturally produced enzyme or something in the human body, and it's in our brains, and it's there. And there are people that have gone down to like Peru and stuff that have had like major serious heroin addictions, did the ayahuasca treatment and came back without it, and 100% cured.
That's
Nice.
insane.
100% cured.
That is awesome.
And they go on these spiritual journeys, and they call it punching through, and they get onto the other side, and they have this amazing experience with God, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what I heard about, and that's what I
I've
heard
heard
about.
of that, but I thought it was called shrooms.
We're having this major drug
I know.
conversation.
I know.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
Kidding.
Okay, so we're gonna jump off the drug trip.
Yes.
Let's get out of our get out of our little VW bus.
Just say no.
Just say no. Just say not right now.
My neighbor has one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
can
want to
hotwire
shoot
that
with
thing.
it. I want to shoot with it.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's how a
Wouldn't that
model
be a-
works. We see
I know.
something and we say,
Great
I want to
shoot.
shoot with that.
I
I'm gonna
know.
shoot with that.
Like every time I'm driving, I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I can shoot there.
Right? I look at locations.
Do
I'm
you
like,
have
oh,
a
dude, that's
camera that you just take with you everywhere?
I
Yeah,
have
she's
my
got a husband.
phone. She has
got a
a husband.
husband.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, my phone,
Do you have a camera that you
Right.
take every? What kind of phone is that? Is that the iPhone?
the
8?
iPhone 6 Plus.
Okay.
I'm sure 8.
They're
Mine's
giant.
bigger. Is yours?
No.
Mine's the same size. Oh my God.
Yours
Look
looks
at
bigger. I don't know. Maybe it's the case.
It's
You know
probably
what's
the
fun-
case.
I was in Target the other day, and I put this down on the the thing where you pay, right? And the girl looks over and she goes, "Ooh, that's a big one." It's like, ma'am, you have no idea.
When I take selfies, everybody's
Yeah.
like, that's bigger than your head.
It's called a phablet. It's a
Yeah,
phone
it-
/ tablet, right?
Nice.
It's pretty much
It's
getting there
so
now.
great. I love
Pretty
much.
huge.
And iPhone's got a really great version of the Samsung.
I was gonna say I have Samsung.
See where I went with that? Like, see how I did that?
Yeah, you did.
Because some people, because it's funny because the iPhone, the iOS people, right? They're always like
I don't
superior.
like it. No, I don't like
It's
it.
all
You don't
iPhone.
like it?
iPhone
I don't
is
like
like
iPhone
that.
sucks. I don't like it either.
You don't have an iPhone? What?
You don't have an iPhone? Oh.
I'm like,
It integrates with everything. I'm like, well, I've got a Samsung TV and it has a curve in it. What does yours have?
right?
You know, and you can't say that there's a fucking iOS TV.
No.
Right.
They're not
You guys
made
can do
yet.
so much more with the Droid phones.
I like
Exactly,
my Droid.
baby.
Yeah. It's
So
true.
we got about what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes out there? 10 minutes? Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
What's your favorite cuss word? Quick, go.
Fuck.
Definitely fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck.
that's the big one.
Which is your favorite one to use in front of children?
Oh, jeez. I always,
Shit.
yeah.
Probably
I was
shit.
just gonna say shit.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's my favorite. I mean, I've got kids as well now,
Yeah.
so I think it's just like me just saying like, oh, damn it, I can't say that.
I don't have kids. I have dogs, 2 pits, and whenever I'm around like other people's kids, and I'll start to cuss, I'm like 5, and I'll start to say something else, and I'm like, and I look at the parents like, I'm sorry. And they usually like they don't say anything. And I'm over here like
It
super
happens.
paranoid.
I've changed
Yeah.
so fuck for me is my favorite word. I love it. But I'm starting to integrate the word Facebook and replace fuck with Facebook. So I could say Facebook you, buddy.
That's awesome.
What the Facebook were you thinking?
That works.
Are you Facebooking crazy?
I like that one.
I
Right?
know, I like that. That's awesome.
So you can change it with Facebook if you want to. So in front of the
We'll start
kids.
using that.
I do, and then they always like, Mom, what did you say? And I said ship.
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 Don't you know? And
Sammie, you're adorable. I love
Cute as
so
well.
cute. Oh my
And she's
God.
like that all the time.
Ship.
And then my youngest, she's like, no, you didn't, Mom. I heard it. I heard you. They're like, she's like the swear police.
What's your youngest one's name?
Maddie.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's adorable.
She's crazy.
Oh man, I've got a youngest one too. Her name is Amanda, and she's 17, and she's at NAU right now up in
nice.
Flagstaff. Yeah, and her favorite word is fuck.
Of course.
It's got to be. I mean, I've never heard her say it. Well, that's
But
not
you just
true.
know it.
That's not true. I did hear her say it once.
How
But
was that?
it was interesting. It was a
It's
new
like
experience
different.
for me. Yeah, I realized at that moment that my daughter was no longer a little girl, my little princess. Now she's my grown-up princess, and yeah. So she's
Oh, that's tough.
she's adorable. And my
I don't want
son's
to get there.
I know.
You're all holding on.
You know when they leave, you know.
Oh, I told my youngest, you're staying with me until you like die. And
I
she's
don't have
like,
a choice now.
yeah. I have like separation anxiety with her because she's my
She's
my
the
youngest.
yeah.
And she goes, Mom, I will never leave you. I will sleep in your bed forever.
And
I
Joseph's
don't know
over here
if-
like,
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Not tonight, honey.
He's the same though.
Daddy and I got to get down. Sorry, baby.
It's very true.
So like, really, are you gonna have that conversation of sex with your kids? Like, are you gonna do it, or is he gonna do it?
Oh geez. So my almost 10-year-old,
Yeah,
we've already like
talked about it.
me and my husband were very open.
Good.
We don't hide anything. They see a lot of things. I don't want to say they've seen us have sex or anything. That's not happened. But they've seen, like him grope me or stuff like that. And they just think it's funny. They really just think it's so funny.
That's
and
adorable.
and then they'll do it to me. Or they'll go and do it to him.
Yeah.
Not in the front area.
Grab his butt.
Yes. And then they just start cracking up like until they're like in tears.
That's funny.
So
You know, and I think the weirdest thing is that we in society, right? Like, I'll just get on my soapbox a little bit here, but in society, isn't it so weird that we've all come from we are products of sex?
yeah.
No, absolutely.
Each and every one of us sitting here, mom and dad were going at it, and dad bust a nut, and here we are. Hi,
Pretty much.
Right.
here I am.
Pretty much.
And so, but we get so weird about it. It's like, oh, you're not supposed to talk about that. Bullshit, man.
No,
Are you
not my
kidding?
house.
Yeah, I think
Not
it's
a
worse when you don't.
If you're not going to be real about that, and then the scary so the thing for you guys is that you're so visible and become objects of sex. I'm sure some guy
Oh, yeah.
has
Sex
taken one of your
sells.
pictures and whacked out.
I've had
whacked
people
off,
admit
whatever.
that.
Oh
Really?
yeah,
Yes.
they admit it. They'll send me
Is that
screenshots
that's a
of
turn
their
off?
phones. Like they have my picture as their like screensavers
Yes.
on their phones.
Yeah.
And
So-
like a part of me is like, oh, that's flattering someone, but then I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, never mind.
Dirty
Don't
man.
tell me.
Yeah, I'll never admit that. But I won't, Jilda, I won't. And I won't, not saying that I won't do it. I'm just saying that I won't admit it to you.
Probably best.
So, because we're friends. That's just
Exactly.
weird.
That's just weird.
That's just weird. Anyway, so we gotta, and I can't unthink that. Like I can't
Did you
unthink
go
it.
into the subject of sex because we were saying fuck, and when you say fuck, you think of sex?
Exactly. That's
honestly
probably.
like
That's probably
like
That's-
you say fuck
That's what
because you
happens.
use
People
it,
think of
right?
sex.
And you think
Yeah.
it's like it's so.
You know,
like,
well,
what
when I
is it?
hear "fuck me harder," that's what I'm thinking. She's probably talking about sex.
Yeah.
Or
Probably.
someone's like fuck me.
I'm like, I'm as hard as I can right now. Jesus, I got a bruise down there. My God.
It's funny.
It's the edge for a reason, guys.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why we call it the edge, because we just go there. So
And jump off.
and jump off
jump off.
and let go.
And
Yeah,
go.
just let go.
And
you know, jump off and
And
let go.
scene.
Well, and I was going to ask you, because you brought up a good point. You know, there are people, like, especially with Facebook. Like, how do you deal with that? I mean, you've got tons of followers. You got people that obviously they really do stalk you. You know, I don't stalk you, but they really do stalk you. And then there's people that like reach out to you and try to be friends with you, and you just can't be friends with everybody, right?
awkward.
It's just not.
That's-
It's not.
How do you
real,
deal with
it?
honestly.
You know,
I like to be a nice person. I like to
Yes.
be, I like
Good.
to talk to people. I like
Yeah.
to let people know that, I appreciate you following me and I appreciate you liking my pictures, even though you're going to like every single one in the album. Thank you, but whoa, like, I don't know if it's you
Right.
trying to get my attention or if
there's
it's you,
two
like,
that I haven't
appreciating
liked
them.
yet. I'm
That
pacing
was
myself.
you. I knew
Yeah,
that
it
now.
I was pacing myself.
So, I mean, it's great. I think what's hard is that people, Facebook has, Facebook, honestly, it's hard to know anybody because you feel like you know everybody.
Yeah.
When you're Facebook friends.
Right.
And I have people who will approach me and they're like, hi, how are you? And I look at you and I'm like, I don't know who you are. And they're like, I'm so-and-so. We talked on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, I still don't know who you are.
I know
Like,
there's
Right.
like so many.
I don't go to your profile and go through your pictures
Yeah.
and trying to get to know you just
Yeah.
because you made a comment and I thanked you for it. I'm like, thank you, truly, thank you, but I don't know you. And it's, I'm sorry, I have so many friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I barely keep up with just them alone and
Yeah.
responding to those text messages. And
Well,
it's
and,
just,
and then the other thing is that because the more famous you get, right, the more people that know your face or know
Oh,
you,
geez.
and right, yeah, exactly. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I've actually had that happen. I was just trying to go to the grocery store,
Yeah, right?
and
Can
it's
you imagine Brad Pitt trying to go to the grocery
yeah,
store?
oh yeah, no,
oh,
no,
I'd be all over that. Sorry.
that's too much.
Jilda.
Or Johnny Depp, either one.
Or Johnny
It's
Depp.
too much.
Have you met this guy, Sean King? Do you know who Sean King is? Oh, that guy is so gorgeous. He was out in front of your shop the other day at Misconstrued. He was one of
See?
the vendors.
It's so
He's one of the
hard
vendors, yeah.
to keep up with everybody.
He's
I
got
know
some-
who you're talking about. It was right in front of the door area.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of really cool
Yeah.
hats and shit like that, and he's really talented. And anyway, so my friend liked him on Facebook. I liked him on Facebook. Well, today he showed his butt on Facebook, and I was like, that ass though.
Awesome.
And he, we're friends. I know of him, and he knows me. But I think it's funny because he's probably going to see that and go, okay,
Okay.
who's that guy?
And what?
Right.
Mike G from the Edge podcast, motherfucker. That's a nice ass. Do you ever have people say that to you though?
Oh,
Nice ass,
all the time.
All the time.
I do like I
What's
was.
the worst thing that anybody said to you? Like trying to be a compliment, but
Oh,
not.
they actually were saying, "Can I get in with that?" And I'm like, oh,
Quick
no.
answers now.
Sammie has the most interesting stalkers, and it's funny because I run, I mainly run the pages for the
Oh, yeah,
girls, and
yeah.
I see every single comment that comes through, and Sammie's comments are always just creepy.
They're-
Oh my
They
God.
are. They are.
Sammy,
There's-
you're a creep magnet.
I guess I have
Why
like a
did you
lot
bring
of.
her here? I'm so not creepy.
Men love Sammie.
There's a lot of like because I do the pinup and everything, so
Yeah.
like the military people,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
follow me, and I don't know if they've just not had
No,
any in
they
a
haven't.
while,
Probably
but
not.
it's just like
Probably
okay,
Yeah.
calm it down,
Simmer down now, simmer down.
take it down a notch.
Take it down a couple notches. So how do you deal with it when, if you meet them in public? Like you said, hey, thank you so much, and you're very polite and everything.
Well,
but how do you deal with it?
I sell nudes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of awkward. Like, here you go. Here's a nude of me.
Sign it, get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always awkward.
It is. It's very awkward, but then they're like very appreciated, and they're either sending it overseas to the military people or keeping it for themselves.
Yeah.
And some guy, the weirdest one that I've actually gotten is that the guy bought it for his wife.
Oh,
So
that's actually kind of sweet.
I've had a girl tattoo me on her.
Really?
And she made
Oh,
my
that's
boobs
right.
look amazing. Did you see that?
Are you serious?
I did see that.
She
Wow.
it's an old photo. It was an apocalyptic shoot that I did with Alex Gomez,
saw that, yeah.
another amazing photographer, by the way. And yeah, I had my gas mask on and everything, and I actually had a corset on. And all of a sudden, I just got hit up on Twitter, and she's like, "Hi, I didn't even know it was a girl at first. It was just someone hitting me up, and they're like, I really wanted to show you this tattoo I got of you. I really hope you like it, yada yada." And she sent me it, and it was unfinished, and I saw it, and I was like,
Wow.
It's
really
very accurate. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, I'll send you pictures again, when it's finished. And I didn't hear for years. I actually had to delete my Twitter account because someone kept trying to hack me. So I was like, all right, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. It's like, had to recreate account and everything. She finally found me. I think she found me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she had commented, and she's like, it's done. And I checked it out, and I'm like, oh my God.
It's
But this time
beautiful.
without a corset,
Yeah, I
they
liked
actually
it.
made me look like I had boobs on with pasty little X's, whatever. I'm like, at least the
Nice.
boobs look good, but they're not my boobs, but they look good. But yeah, it was just amazing to have someone tattoo your face on them.
That's
Yeah.
really a
I
compliment.
was like,
That's
wow.
a huge compliment.
Especially because it was a girl. That's where I was like, it's a
Yeah.
girl. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Girls supporting girls. Do this.
I do.
I love it. Yeah.
I love it. I
So
love it too.
and you sell nudes, right?
Yeah.
So how could we get a hold of you if I wanted to pick up a nude from you?
Well, you would go to my email, which is svashon.3@gmail.com.
Okay.
And I sell them at a reasonable price,
How much are they?
like $30.
That's not bad.
No?
Okay.
No, not at all.
And they're 8
30?
by 10s.
Yeah. $30 is not bad.
No?
Yeah. And are they signed?
Nude.
Yeah, I would sell them for 50. And then
She
I would
could
and then
sell
I would
them for
sign
more.
them
She
and then
really could.
sign them
I know.
and
But
for
she's
100.
generous.
And I do. I sign them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and if you want to buy one off the Edge podcast, you can. We'll figure out a way to do that, but yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get them signed.
Heck yeah, man.
Awesome. Hell yeah. And then, Jilda, you also have a lot of really beautiful stills that you've done, and you sell as well,
I
right?
do.
They're not nudes.
Not nudes.
No.
No.
And you've got a couple that are cover-ups, though.
I have
Where you-
implied.
Uh-huh,
I
yeah.
will do implied, but no nudes.
Yeah. So, and how do we get them from you? Miss Girls? Or?
Actually on the Misconstrued Boutique website. So misconstrued.com is where you'll
Misconstrued.com.
find my stuff right
Okay.
now. I don't have my website set up yet.
We'll make sure that we put that up for you as well. So, and if you want to get some stills, and then if you want to get with Kenny, then you can go ahead and go to your email address again, which is Kenny
Love
Loves
Inc.
Kenny Love Inc.
Yep.
At gmail.com, and you're also at Misconstrued
Correct.
Boutique in
Correct.
Phoenix. So, all of you, thank you so much for coming in and just really sharing.
was
your
fun.
things.
Thanks for having us.
This
Yeah, it
was
was
a
fun.
blast. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed you, and I want to have you back. And maybe
course.
next time we'll have a couple photographers come in
Good
Absolutely.
idea.
and talk
Yeah.
about what it's like to be on that side of the camera.
Yes.
How would that
Absolutely.
It's a good idea.
be? Yeah. So thank you so much, and again, Mike G for the Edge Podcast. We'll see you next time, and thank you so much again. Hey, by the
Yeah,
way,
thanks.
make sure you check out the Morning Buzz. Every morning, I'm putting out a new video called the Morning Buzz, and I also want to throw a shout out to our sponsors, Sage Capital. Don Gritton is an amazing business developer. He's a consultant, and if you need to get a hold of him because you want to either put together some capital to launch your business, or if you got a great business idea and maybe you want to expand, or you want to you want to put together an app, something like that, get in touch with him. He can pull that capital for you, and you can reach him at 480-331-5088. And I'll make sure that I put that down there as well. Again, that's Sage Capital. So thank you so much, Sage Capital, for sponsoring the Edge Podcast, and for the Edge Podcast, and for Jilda, for Kenny, and for Sammie Lynn. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put my foot in your ass. See, I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.